I'm here this weekend to prove him wrong again. I'm going to win, I'm going to beat him, I'm going to beat him well, and I'm going to move on.
Nice and comfortable. I am here with the one and only Sam Eggington. I've got to say, shout out to the Brummies.
100%.
It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. It's not like I haven't tried before, but you're a bit antisocial, and I'm going to go there with Brummies.
To tell you the truth, yeah,
Come on.
Not anything personal. Ask
Isn't
anyone through my whole career, I avoid this stuff like plague.
Why?
I don't know, I'm just not here for it, if I'm honest, you know. Again, I'm not judging anyone, but you know, like, you're going to ask me how fight camp is, how do I feel, and every box will give you the same answer. It's been great, and I feel on top of the world.
Have you ever seen any of my stuff before, Sam?
I don't watch boxing.
Don't you? Okay. I was about to say I don't usually ask the typical questions because I want to get to know you as a
I apologise.
person.
It's just again.
Imagine if I tarred all fighters with the same brush.
I know. Listen, I get it. It's just, I don't know.
The Brummie humour. But listen, I'm happy to have you on the channel.
Yeah,
You're a Birmingham fighter. I've been into your gym a couple of times, spoke to a couple of your fighters. Shakan Pitt has probably been the main one. But this weekend, it's all about you. Personally, I'm so excited for this fight because you and Conor Walker are centre of the ring fighters. I want you to talk to me about the styles and how that works on Saturday night.
Yeah. Again, I think people know what this fight is. This fight is made, and no one's second guessing what this is. This is what it's meant to be. My view on it is that he's done well in his last 2 or 3 fights, but everything he's done well in his last 2 or 3 fights, I've made a 13-14 year career off at this point. So we'll see. Is he too fresh? Am I too experienced? I'm only 32. He's 30 himself. You know what I mean? There's not a huge age gap in this. I've had more fights, so I'm more experienced. He's had less fights, so I suppose you could say that's fresh, but I haven't been boxing very often recently as much as I used to, so I'm as fresh as they come at this point. My last fight was last April. So again, it's gonna catch fire. It's just a matter of when, but there's no ifs or buts. It's gonna.
You know, when you talk about being out of the ring from like last April, which is a fair point, because we get fighters that probably wouldn't dive headfirst in such a challenge. Yeah, we've got fighters that have been out the ring. They say they have some time out because it's a year, isn't it? You've got to think some fighters that are more experienced than you, world championship level, would say, I need a warm-up fight. What is it about you that makes you think, you know what, I'm fresh, I'm ready to go in this?
I just think, you're either about it or you're not. And I just am. And that sounds really big-headed, and, you know, I'm just about it. I enjoy my job more than most. And people keep saying, what's your motivation? You know, you've won this, you've won that. You know, I've won everything from an area title to a version of the world title. But my motivation is to keep a job you want to do. And the more if you lose, you can't keep this job. You've got to pack it in at some point. So my motivation is to carry on winning. So I get up in the morning, I can go for a run, I can hit the bag, and I can literally do the job that I want to get up and do. And that is my motivation to carry on winning. Because again, I'm not the 1% that's made millions. After this, I will have to work. So again, the motivation is to make sure that I'm doing the job that I want to do.
You mentioned how long your career is. How do you then, I'm trying to get into the mindset of how you work. How do you keep that motivation? I can hear it. It's almost like I'm just starting out and I want to be a world champion, and you've still got that mindset. How does that stay fresh, Sam?
Do you know how mad this is, I was talking, because this was getting to me not long ago, and people were saying to me, like, you know, you've had so many fights, how come you're not retired yet? And randomly, I was talking to my son, he's 14, and I said something like, but when you've had as many fights as me and you've had a career as long as mine, you don't get as many opportunities. Because a lot of people, they retire, and all he said was, he didn't mean anything, but he went, well, how come they retire early and you don't? And I thought, that's because and all I thought, why don't retire early? Do you know what I mean? I don't have to because it's just the norm. I'm still topping bills 14 years on at 32, won everything. So why would I retire? And he only said it. He only said it just off the cuff. He didn't mean anything by it, but it just kind of made me think, like, why am I thinking about retiring? Because social media might say it. Like I say, I get more grief these days of winning a fight and trying to fight again than I do losing a fight, because people are like, oh, he's lost now, it's time to retire. If I win, they're sort of like, oh, now he's going to do it again.
You know what, you're spot on though, but how do you deal with that? Because I see that all the time in the media. I think, you know, they did it with Fraser Clark.
Yeah,
he lost to Jamie TKV, oh, that's it, pack it in.
Yeah.
But then, all right, he lost to Justice Honey, but it was like, but that actually wasn't a bad loss. People were saying that Justice Honey was going to end his career.
It looked great.
How do you turn off that? It's like white noise, isn't it? How do you turn it off?
It's a fickle sport. I mean, you've got to be very strong-minded, both in the ring and mainly out, if I'm honest, because, you know, you can, like I say, social media these days is terrible. I tell my kids, never go on my social media. Don't ever go on there. Don't ever look at it. Don't look at comments on YouTube videos, or don't, because it's vile. So you've really got to be mentally, you know, strong and ready to take some grief. And I always have been, to be fair. You know, nothing. Everything's like war for those back with me. Yeah, no one can tell me whether I can or whether I can't. I've already proved everyone wrong. Do you know what I mean? And like John always says, at the start of my career, win a millions title, and how I won it, you know, gung ho, sort of. Everyone's saying he's not gonna have a long career. He's gonna retire soon. And do you know when I retire, they're gonna say exactly that. Told you to retire. Not mentioning that I've been here for 15 years. Do you know what I mean? They always want to be right. So again, you just gotta listen to it, laugh at it, and prove him wrong, and then that's exactly what I want to do. I'm here this weekend to prove him wrong again. I'm going to win, I'm going to beat him, I'm going to beat him well, and I'm going to move on, and we'll see what happens after that.
I'm buzzing. If I wasn't held down by the overweight person that I am, I would have floated up to the ceiling. Listen, it's an exciting fight. It's two people that are going to go at it. But you mentioned something about your coach, and that is one of the questions that I'm always interested in. Coaches have a tough time. They're with you guys. They're like your parents.
Yeah.
They get you through camps. Sometimes fights might fall through. They don't make their money as much as obviously the fighter does. Don't get me wrong. You put the work in the ring.
Yeah.
Fighters come and go from coaches. What makes you stay with John and Paul? What makes you stay with those guys?
I just think, I think the grass is not always greener. Boxing's a very simple sport.
Okay.
And I think, do you know what it is as well? You know, when you've been with someone so long, you get to a phase where it's so comfortable that they ask you to do stuff and you're sort of like, oh, nah, not today. We won't do that today. We'll scrap that. We'll leave that out of training. And it gets to a point where you have to, I sat back and I thought, they're not my friends while they're training me. I've got to hate them while we're training, because that's how they make me get better, get fitter, get me to do what I have to do. And like I say, boxing's a very simple sport. You've only got two hands. Everyone can tell you what to do. As long as if you're not doing it, no matter where you are, it's not going to work. And they've always stuck by me through thick and thin. Do you know what I mean? I've had some bad losses, and I've never felt like a disappointment in any sense. I've always felt like they thought that I've done enough, even if I've lost. They know that I've gone through camp heavy and I've gone in the ring with 100% belief that I'm going to win. And if it don't work out my way, I know that they believe that I've done everything in my power that it should have, and it just didn't work out for me on the night. The grass ain't always greener. They've been there from the start, and they've done everything. And do you know what also I don't get? All this trainer of the year stuff. And trainers, and obviously they're all good trainers, everyone's a good trainer, but these trainers of the years are getting trainer of the year from taking Olympians to world titles. Do you know what I mean? These guys have took me with a 20, 30 fight amateur career, absolutely all the way around the world, and they've never got a wink. Do you know what I mean? Not even a mention. And again, I could, if you put me on a racehorse, I'd probably win a few races. It's already a racehorse, do you know what I mean? If you take an Olympian to professional boxing, he's probably going to win a world title. You give some of these people, a kid like me who's had 20 amateurs and won 17 or something like that, and see what happens then. It's probably not going to be the same outcome. So yeah, I just don't think people like John, Paul, and Louis, they get the recognition they deserve. But again, who am I?
Who you are is somebody with 15 years experience. 15 years experience. You've been in there, had some tough fights, really good wins, like you said, some terrible losses as well. But you're still here. Yeah. So when you speak, the fans should listen because it's the voice of experience.
I think so. Like I say, I think everyone should get a fair crack of the whip, and you know, no one's weighing up John's, Louis, and Paul's fighters' wins because they're not Olympians. Do you know what I mean? Like, but again, you know, who am I?
Listen, to be fair, I want your opinion on Anthony Joshua, and the reason why I'm asking this is because someone from experience, you've had a year out, but you're going straight back into what we know is going to be a grueler. It is, because you're both going to come to win. You're both going to come to fight. When you look at fighters like Anthony Joshua, who is gold medalist, you know, who has won world titles ×2, unified, etc. How would you sum up what he's doing? What's your opinion of the other fighter? And it's not about respect or disrespect. I just want your honest opinion.
I think with someone like Joshua, he's got more to protect than what I have. Not to be nasty, but you know, if he goes into a big fight, you know, just straight off the bat and loses, there's a lot more lost. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with me, you know, I'll be losing a bit, but nothing compared to what Joshua would be if he was went to a big fight and lost. So the risk and reward for me and him are completely different. And again, people are different. Some people just need warm-up fights. Some people don't. And you know, he's a big lad, so although he's in the gym all year round, I presume, he's still big and full of muscle. So he needs to work out the cobwebs and the stuff like that. So. Yeah, I mean, it's different, and the two weights are completely different, so I don't know how heavyweights feel, you know, with a long layoff. They might feel, like I say, a lot tighter, a lot stiffer, a lot... so you never know, but, again, I can't really have an opinion, because like I say, I don't watch boxing enough.
I wish you did.
I don't
because you're so honest about it. I wish you did, because it's like... The only reason why I'm asking is obviously the opponent that he's fighting is a warm-up to fight Tyson Fury. It's not like a warm-up because he's coming back into everything. It's a warm-up to fight Tyson Fury. Now, with his opponent, like you said, you don't watch boxing, but I thought he would have probably had a better opponent.
If anything, forgetting Anthony Joshua, the opponent has got to think this is his big chance. I mean... If I'd
Could it
love
be cherry pick gone wrong?
Yeah, I'd love an ex-world champion to cherry pick me and say, "Oh, we'll have this warm-up fight." Because all I'd think is, I'm about to do a real job here.
Is it like you can smell blood already?
Yeah.
Is it like a shark in blood-infested waters? As you say.
This kid's probably coming into this fight.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, it's gonna be gung ho, ready to really do a job. Whether he'll do it or not, who knows? But it's heavyweight boxing. And you've picked someone as a warm-up fight, and you've said it out loud. So this kid's gonna have everything to win. You know, and I mean, I've never watched a kid. I've only watched about 3 Anthony Joshua fights, but I don't see it. But he could really, you know, and he only has to do well. If I'm honest, he doesn't even have to win. He only has to do well to really get himself in the top 10. So. We'll see, innit? We'll see.
Listen, but what we are going to see is you on Saturday night. Like I said, thank you for 100%. Having this fight. It potentially, I believe, it could go down for like fight of the year. because I just know, when you know what to expect. It's like you're going out on a date and you know what to expect with the date. That's how I feel about it. So please keep us entertained.
It'll be my third fight of the year as well. So
okay, well there you go.
Third time lucky and all that.
There you go. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Birmingham's very own Sam Eggington.
I appreciate you having
Thank
me.
you so
Thanks
much for your
lot.
time.
Cheers.